Hey guys, Andy here. One of the big sort of questions that I'm trying to answer myself, much like the which phone should I keep, is which camera is better, the Huawei Mate 20 Pro or the Pixel 3 XL. I've done a video comparison already. It's quite hard to do video comparisons on YouTube, actually, I'm realizing, because you have to match up frame rates and all sorts, otherwise you get funny jitters and the compression of YouTube. So not only does it get compressed when I make the video, then it gets compressed by YouTube, and it's quite hard unless you really see the raw footage in itself. I think it's also quite hard to do photo or camera comparisons of photos on YouTube, but we're going to give it a go. Everyone else does it and people want this, and I want to know myself as well. So we've got these two amazing cameras. The Huawei Mate 20 Pro has a rather sort of unique looking camera configuration on the back. It's got the flash in there and then three lenses. The three lenses being, the main wide angle lens is 40 megapixels f1.8, that's a 27mm lens. It's got an ultra wide 20 megapixel f2.2, that's 16mm. And it's also got a telephoto lens, which is 3 times, actually it says 5 times on GSM Arena, I'm fairly sure it's only 3 times, 8 megapixel f2.4. The front facing camera is 24 megapixels f2.0, and that's 26mm, so it's kind of regular wide. The Pixel 3 XL has the one lone 12.2 megapixel f1.8, and again that's 28mm, so it's technically wide angle. Just the one lens on the back though. On the front is a different matter. We've got two 8 megapixel lenses, one being a 28mm wide angle f1.8, similar to there is on the back, and the other one being an f2.2 19mm ultra wide. Interestingly, on GSM Arena it says no AF next to that one. There must be autofocus on the ultra wide, surely. Anyway. So like I said, this is about stills. It's not about any kind of video. It is purely about stills. We're going to try, I've got different photos in various different conditions we'll have a look at, and we'll see if we can spot the difference. So here we are with the first picture, in generally pretty good conditions. There's quite a bit of a shadow in the lower half of the photo, and you can see that Huawei have basically gone for a lighter exposure to give more detail in this shadow. I think both pictures look pretty good, but I think I would give it to the Pixel as the nicer shot. There's nice strong colours, the detail seems very good. The Pixel is taking that one. Again, in the second picture, the colours are stronger in the Pixel 3 XL. The bush at the back on the right looked to have more detail on the Pixel as well, but that could just be the bokeh from the Huawei. I'm going to leave that one as a tie, to be honest. Pic 3, again, slightly darker shot by the Pixel. I don't really think I can separate these pictures either. I think maybe it's just down to personal preference, but I'm going to leave that as a tie as well. A first picture now in not so perfect conditions, this one in a car park. I think the Huawei does look better. The brighter whites of the wall on the left and of my bike, the colours generally just sort of pop a little bit more, so this one goes to the Huawei. Tough conditions again, looking directly into the sun. I feel like the Huawei deals with it better though. Pixel darkens things more, it loses a little bit of detail. I think the Huawei is the better picture. We're moving on to like zoom photos now, which could be a little cheating a little bit because the Huawei has obviously a telephoto lens, but Google claims that they can sort of replicate those results using just the one lens and some clever pixel trickery. But I think you have to go with the Huawei. I think it's just a clear winner in this image basically. Now, in picture 6, we see the same theme of the Pixel being a slightly darker photo, but I think the detail is a bit better. I think it's just slightly crisper shot, so I'm going to give that one to the Pixel. This one isn't really close. I don't quite know what happened, to be honest, with Huawei. The white balance just didn't correct as it should, and the Pixel is clearly the better picture. In fact, the Huawei is quite a bad photo. I would hope it's a one-off. I've not actually been back and checked. I didn't retake. This point and shoot. This is what I've got. Moving on to the low light, well, dark photos now. This first one, I think the Huawei having generally the lighter photos is helping again in this case. I think it is a better picture. There's generally slightly better detail. There's a lot of noise in the sky. Well, in both photos, to be fair, there's a lot of noise. I just think the Huawei is the better picture. The next one definitely was using night mode and night sight in the relevant cameras. The Huawei is actually a little bit hazy. The detail and the colour on the pixel, much better, I think. Well, not much better, but slightly better. And again, another night photo. I would say the pixel photo is actually pretty incredible. If you look how sharp the detail is on my bike, the Huawei is a little bit hazy, almost like it didn't focus properly. Again, I pointed, I shooted, and that's what I'm going with. I'm not retaking, it is what it is. Now, the next photo, I would say it's quite hard to choose looking at both of them here. I would maybe lean towards the Huawei, but then what I've done, I've cut out just a little segment of it, because I noticed that actually on the Huawei photo, I could read the cost of the petrol at the petrol station. On the Pixel, it was just a mush of light, basically. So this one goes to the Huawei. Now we're moving on to the front-facing camera, and to be quite honest, it's not really any competition. While the Huawei doesn't look bad, it just can't compete. What I think is possibly the best front-facing camera I've ever seen. The detail is just immense. Now, it might be the sort of beautifying on the Huawei that a lot of Chinese cameras do, where they kind of smooth things over a little bit. And you might prefer that, I suppose, to the just incredible detail from the Pixel. But to me, the Pixels is the better picture. Then we look at the self-portrait, which, if I'm honest, I forgot to do while I had both phones available. So there is actually a slightly different photo that I've used in each case. And whilst the Pixel image is better, just because the camera is better, I'm looking more at the actual portrait mode in this instance. And actually, I'm going to call this a tie. The Huawei does very well considering it's only got one lens, but then I assume it's using the face detection lens, which obviously can do all the depth and this, that, and the other to help out. So that one I'm going to call a tie. Now we're doing rear cam selfie mode, which wasn't easy. I had to take it myself, but did it. I would say it's quite tough to pick a winner here, and I think this one might cause quite a bit of disagreement, but I'm actually going to go with the Huawei. The colours just seem a little bit more true to life, the detail a little better. It's almost like the Pixel has gone with the kind of the beautifying aspect and faded things. So, Pixel 6, Huawei 6. I feel like I just wasted my time. We don't know what's better. I guess it might come down to the sort of lens configuration then. Now, Huawei won one of them because it had the zoom lens, the telephoto lens, so it won the 6th picture, which was the zoom. Clever as Google is with its making extra pixels from your camera movement type thing, it just can't compete with an actual telephoto lens. So it's won one of them because of that, so I'm going to kind of ignore that at the moment, and we're left with the ultra-wide angle on the back of the Huawei and the ultra-wide angle on the front of the Pixel. Now, I was at the NEC in Birmingham on Tuesday at the Motorcycle Live event, where you go and look at all the shiny new bikes that are coming out, and I took the Huawei with me as my camera phone of choice, and I'm so glad I did. I think that's kind of the bottom line for me. The ultra-wide angle lens, probably 1 in 8 of the photos I took was the ultra-wide angle lens. It's just so handy when you're in a crowded area, the bike's in front of you like a metre away. The ultra-wide angle lens was so useful. In fact, sometimes I moved a little bit closer to frame it slightly better. Only one of the photos using the ultra-wide angle lens did it kind of look a bit weird, a bit fisheye almost, and that's when I took one in portrait mode, and it elongated mine's face. Sorry, mine. So that was the only one that got wrong, and maybe that's because it's portrait mode. It's not really, ultra-wide angle isn't really meant to be done that way, I suppose. There was one time that I would have liked the ultra-wide angle front-facing. We did do a selfie, two of us on a massive big gold ring, and you couldn't get much in, reaching in my hand for, you just couldn't see much. And it would have been quite handy to have the ultra-wide angle front-facing lens, but that was just that one photo. I do take selfies, but not a lot, and generally you can kind of work things out. So for me, I think I give the Huawei the edge because of its versatility. Not necessarily it's the photo taking capability, which, as we've just seen, is so hard to call, I think. So I'll go with Huawei. What do you go with? What was your score? Post it in the comments for us. Don't get abusive and, I can't believe you chose that photo over this photo. It is a little different because obviously I'm showing you on the screen, a split screen of the two. I promise you, I'm looking at both of them kind of full, and I'm zooming in and stuff, and that's where I'm making my decisions from, not just actually what you're seeing. But it's quite hard for me. I'm not going to lie, it'd be a massive amount of editing work for me to be able to show you everything that I'm looking at in each photo. So that's my opinion. I would love to hear yours as always. I will try. I do read every comment. I'll comment back, reply. That's called where suitable. So do leave comments. Let me know what you think. Don't be too mean to me. That's all for now, though. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon. Well done, and thank you for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you might want to click the little fellow that should hopefully appear about here to subscribe. You may also want to check out some of my other videos, which are going to appear somewhere there. Also, come and have a look at my website, androidandy.uk. There is also a forum. Come and say hello on the forum. If you've got any questions about things, or request me to review things, or anything else, just come and have a chat on the forum.